All right, guys. Sorry I jumped in late. We're 1-1 here. Had something come up. So Daniel's trying to get out to take a 2-1 lead. And curious to see if he just checks this with some inside, comes straight up the center, or if he uses a little bit outside and comes around between the 9-13. Looks like he's going to be coming around. To keep him straight in line with the 10, or the 8, sorry. Yeah, nice shot. So yeah, it looks like Daniel won the break. He broke first. So Nick will be breaking this one. Remember where he breaks from. I'm curious to see. Breaking from the right. Made a ball. So it looks like Daniel won the first break. And Nick had a chance to get out. Didn't. And Daniel ran out. And then Nick dry broke, and Daniel missed his first shot. And then Nick ran out to tie it 1-1. And then Daniel broke and ran to take a 2-1 lead. So let's see what happens. For anybody that's just tuning in, this is the Ford Classic 96 players open. Race to 5 on both sides until you made it to the money rounds. And then it became a race to 6 on both sides. This is a 4th place match. Stan Taringo, Mark Goodwin played the hot seat. Mark won that hill. So Stan is waiting for the winner of this for a chance to go to the finals. Nick KRUGER just came off a pretty decisive win over James DeVee. He's clearly playing pretty good right now. Let me know if you're rooting for either one of these guys, where you're watching from. They both had a pretty strong tournament, so just like the hot seat match, I just want to see a good match. This is one of those key moments in Iraq where Nick realizes he has to take all the time it deserves, because this is where things can win him or lose at this whole rack. Yeah. Not sure what he was trying to do there, but if the 12 passes the 4, that's not going to hurt him a ton, I don't think. You can float up, play the 10, and then use the 14 as a key ball to the 8. This tournament's being held at the 15th Street Grill. Secret Wong and Clay Belvoir put this event on for Ford. Justin Lee and Patrick Nix put together a little Evo package to throw in just for them to be able to have a streaming table for this event. So it's been streaming all weekend. Pocket speed. Wow. Now that is what pocket speed is. He wanted to punch it, I guarantee you, and be able to punch into the 5 and move the 5, but that's just a risky shot. So he had to play it with pocket speed to hold shape for that window. And it's hard to tell his angle if he just wants to roll forward a little bit or if he wants to come off the end rail and come back out for the 14. Yeah. So if he's straight, he'll roll that into that spot. If not, then he'll have to come off that end rail and float up into that spot. Yep. Cheated that pocket a little bit. He used all the left side of that pocket to be able to get where he needed. In a perfect world, he'll just punch this in and slide over and use the 6 to stop the cue ball. Almost looks like he's looking to play this angle here. Definitely makes a 14 easier to pocket if you shoot it like that, but makes shape tougher. Yeah, perfect shot. All right, we got a match, 2-2. This tournament came with 96 players, paid top 24. It was a $100 entry. I believe there was $10 of the entry was taken out and is being given to a charity of Ford's choice. I believe he chose the American Diabetes charity. And then there was a $10 admin fee. So 80 goes to the purse, 10 to a charity, and then 10 to the admin fee. But secret, like she does often, is she took half that admin fee and used it as partial add to the tournament. So it was added right back in. So 85 of it went in. There's also some side pots. There was a 500 and under side pot for $40. There was a 625 and under side pot for $40. And then there was, he must have dry broke with that head shake. So yeah, the $40 500 and under. There's a $40 625 and under. A $40 standard side pot for the open. I'm not sure how many spots that pays. And then there was a $40 winner take all. So I'm not sure who's all in all of those. I'm not sure who won the 625 and under. Everybody left in the tournaments over that. I want to say Gus Tardonsky, I believe, probably won that. I know that Madalena Marino won the 500 and under. She had a strong tournament. Yeah, he's wanting stripes here, it looks like. Can see if he can get that 15 ball taken care of right now. It's an ugly table. It was an ugly break. Daniel was pretty frustrated with it, so I don't know if he mishit it or what happened, but dry broke with a cluster. It's always fun. Yeah, he's going for this combo. If he makes this, the only problem he'll have is if the 7 somehow floats over in front of that 13, but he's got a big pocket too with that 5 ball sitting there. He hit too much of the 5. That's why it sat up. Good try though. See on the top of your screen there, Stan's over there practicing, trying to stay loose and warm for the next match. He'll have to play one of these guys, and these guys are both playing good, so. Yeah, good shot. I think really just getting shape to the 14 is only, I don't see any other issues out there, and that's not even really hard. Yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to decide whether he wanted to hit it soft and hold shape for the 14 or if he wanted to come back and forth across table. No need to go back and forth when the 10's so close to that pocket there. It's easy to control. All right, Daniel's taking a 3-2 lead here. I think Nick's broken ran both his breaks, so see if he can continue that. Daniel got away with one there because if Nick hits that any better and pockets that ball, And that would have been him running out there instead. So kind of stole one back there. Pockets that same ball into the corner pocket. Doesn't open the tables completely wide, but he's hyper focused on making a ball. No, I almost like stripes here. Three's in a funny spot. Moving it and playing shape to it's kind of funky. Almost feel like this 12 ball is the starting ball. We'll see what he does for shape. I don't know if he's going to try to come back and run into the 13 or if he's going to try to spin below the 5 for shape to the 10 or the 9 or the 14, depending on where he gets. He's going to run into the 5. Yeah, that was a good shot. If I look at this, can't tell if that 8 ball goes there or not. It goes in this side on the right-hand side pocket, so worst case, he can play down to that. Yeah, move the 10. Good shot. Not sure where everybody's watching from. I'm sure most of you know both these players. If you don't, Nick plays good. He's played in a lot of big spots, a lot of big tournaments, won a lot of tournaments, so he's no stranger to this either. And this slow, methodical pace that he has is his pace that he uses all the time. So it's definitely not something that's, slow and methodical because it's a pressure situation or anything. This is his pace all the time. So, which I'm sure is key to why he's been very consistent for a long time. Daniel's a beast, so he knows he's got to get out with these racks anytime he's breaking and making balls. Can't let Daniel get separation. Yeah, he doesn't get much angle on the 9. That 8 must pass the 4 to go into that corner pocket because it seems like he's saving that 11 ball as his key ball to the 8. Yeah, if he gets too much angle on the 14, he uses the 6 ball to stop the cue ball. That's probably what he's looking at there. Looking at his angle where he's going to drift over. That's smart. Don't do too much with it. Don't want to try to force shape and miss your ball. Yeah. Question is, does he just use a little bit outside and cut this ball in and have his cue ball come this direction? Or does he use just a little bit of center ball or even a little bit of right-hand English, just come straight across and stop into the 6? Things can get a little messy stopping into the 6 ball. But traveling 8 feet can get messy too. Oh, I hit that so good, but little hard. He can hold that though. Good shot. Just got to put a smooth little stroke on this, and don't hammer it. That angle will be really easy to get it away from you. You can't be past the right center of this table here and still pocket the 8 ball easily. That's a good shot. Not sure what's causing him pause here. I don't know if that side pocket's coming into his mind, or if he's having a hard time seeing a spot on the ball. Yeah, the side pocket must be coming in mind because he's looking at trying to draw past it between the pocket and 5, or just run into the 5. Yeah, good shot. Probably didn't need to do that, but if it was going to be close at all, better safe than sorry. You don't want to miss the 8 ball worrying about the side pocket. So far with the pace of this match, back and forth like this, each guy winning their own breaks, Daniel has the advantage. And if it stays close, well, he's going to kind of watching what Nick was doing. I think he's moving over, breaking from the right here. If it stays neck and neck, oh, wow. Man, that had to have a lot of things happen for that cue ball to go over there and scratch. This is big because this will, if Nick can get out here, this will take a little bit of that back and forth toward Daniel will have the break hill away and put Nick in the driver's seat if they keep this up. Yeah, solids. Probably 6 ball, 1 ball, 7 ball, 4 ball, 5 ball, 8 ball. I mean, really, as long as he maybe 7 ball. He left himself kind of weird there to draw into that angle. Oh. Well, 7 ball is probably going to have to be the key ball to the 8 now. Yeah, I'm not sure why he hit that so hard. He didn't need to drive that so far forward. Yeah, good shot. Here I am criticizing from my home while he's playing 4th place match of the tournament, so shows you what I know. All right. I don't see him holding this. Yeah, he's looking. I see him playing this back and forth across table. You don't want to try to kill this and then hook yourself on the 8. But he's got to hit this clean, because if he doesn't hit this clean, then he could easily run into one of those stripes. Yep, center ball. Good shot. Good out. Yep, good out. And he's got the break. So, people watching the stream here, tell me in the chat your opinion on giving someone the 8 ball or the money ball, whether it be 8, 9, or 10, when they get to a fairly easy 8 ball, 9 ball, or 10 ball. I'll tell you my opinion in a bit, but tell me what your opinion is of that. There's something that happened in the last match, and then something happened in this match that made me think about it. Just curious what your guys' thoughts are. All right. Let's see if he can keep this break and run going. And he pockets that ball in the top right. Extremely consistent. That's the second ball break. And there's so Rich Fear that I play a lot of pool with, he breaks from the side in 8 ball, and he lays into it. He doesn't try to hit with a soft break or anything. And his break, that's what he's shooting for. And he pretty much 95% of the time, he makes that ball straight into that corner pocket every single time, man. It's crazy. And it almost doesn't matter whether he's using a magic rack or a template rack or a wood rack. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get out here. The 11 looks like it goes in the side. It's most likely just going to leave the 15 ball up there. That'll be his key ball to the 8. And the main reason for that is just in case he gets a little funky out of line on one of these balls. Oh, yeah, he's just going to play the 11 down the corner. If he gets a little funky out of line or anything on one of these balls, that's a ball sitting in a spot where he can get himself right back in line. See, a couple people in here. Brian made the comment that he missed, so many easy shots. He tries not to give away any of the easy ones anymore. James says that he generally doesn't, but he will if they're like super easy. I'm just curious. My whole thought process on it probably goes a little deeper than what a lot of people think or even care to think about, but just wants to leave himself an angle to where he can draw out to the center of the table from the 13 ball. He doesn't want to be stuck having to go forward and go between the 2-7 or anything like that. At least I don't think he should be, because you don't want to hit it funny and clip a ball and hook yourself if you don't have to. Yeah, he's in a pretty easy spot to go forward and not clip the 2, but Still don't like doing it. Yeah, looks like he's gonna. Yeah, see, just like that right there. No reason for that. That's what I was talking about. You're drawing out, you're eliminating all those balls of getting in your way. Now, I mean, there's the issue if you draw too far and then you hook yourself because you get too far to the right hand side rail, and then the eight's got you hooked. But you could even power draw if you want, come off the side rail and back to center. But yeah, that's why I didn't like that shot. It's so easy just to hit it funny. Yeah, James, I get that. That makes sense. There's lots of um, little things like that, league play or whatever, just kind of give it to him. That was big. That was big. Nick should have been out there for another break and run, which means he pretty much would have been playing a flawless match other than that one combo he tried to make on Daniel's dry break. To get separation, giving himself multiple shots at winning the match, and just hit that ball. So in between racks here, I mean, I guess my big thing is I can't tell you how many times I've seen guys giving the money ball away, fairly easy money balls through a course of a match. You're taking as an opponent. I mean, typically I'm just like, yes, perfect. I don't want to. I give it to me. I'm happy. But at the same time, what happens is then all of a sudden you see later on in the match when there's pressure on, they don't give you that. And now through the whole course of the match, they haven't given you an opportunity to shoot the money ball. Now when it's extremely crucial, they're making you shoot the money ball. To me, I just feel like you should never give away that shot. I mean, I do. Everybody's probably guilty of it. Especially when you look at all the strong players, like these guys, they're not going to miss that easy shot. But Daniel giving Nick a couple 8-balls, and then when Nick had a pretty easy 8-ball, but he's not dead in line with it, so he's going to have to let the cue ball move a little bit. All of a sudden, he has to shoot it. The last match, it was a very similar thing. There's multiple 8-balls given away, and then all of a sudden, when the 8-ball is a little funny or pressure is on, now they make him shoot it. Another clustered up break. But yeah, no matter how good these guys are, I mean, I've had super strong players miss the easiest of 8-balls or 9-balls against me. I mean, heck, I watched Alex Pagulayan come back for the World Pool Masters come back huge to make it hill and made a great out and then miss an easy 9-ball to lose the World Pool Masters. And he's definitely got to figure out what he's going to do with that big pile of stuff right there. He doesn't have a ton of angle on that 14 ball. But if you hit that and you get separation, you got to make sure you have a shot, and you definitely don't want to leave things funky. Yeah, safe. Oh, oh, perfect. Yeah. See what Nick comes up with. He's standing in the way. Where'd that 8-ball go? Yeah, Daniel decided to start with safety there and just leave him no real good shot, and then just got a little unfortunate that that 7-ball came off at an angle that it just sat up for him. Getting to the 6. That's the problem, child. Obviously the 1-ball as well, but does he have that angle, or is that 9 stopping him from being able to do this? Oh, man. That was almost a great shot. I don't think the 6 passes the 11 to the bottom corner. Play it in the side. But then what? I mean, if he can play it in the side and be able to use the 5 to get back to the 1, that'd be great. But I mean, that was going to be tough no matter what, right? Getting to the 6 was always going to be the problem. 6 and then the 1. And he's even tree topped over that 12-ball to shoot the 5 to try to develop some kind of shape or something. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Yeah, playing safe. Smart shot. Probably extremely painful for him to have to play safety. The last thing you want to do is give somebody like Daniel a chance at the table. What are you going to do here? Try to get him on the bottom side of the 1? He's just looking at where his cue ball is going to go if he tries to pocket the 13. Yeah, good shot. But what's the reward, man? I don't think the 15 goes anywhere. Can't see the 9. Literally, I think all he has offensively is the 14 cutting it in, which he can hit that with some center ball and come back and forth up table. But yeah, we're looking at trying to play safe and drive the 10 through around there and have the cue ball come off and get him froze up on this 6-11. What's he doing? So the question is he playing this as a two-way so that the 10 goes off the rail 12 and in, and he's leaving him nothing if it does. Oh yeah. You know what? He might have left him a combo here because he clipped that 6. Yeah, I don't think he can shoot the 5 to make it. It's got me thinking about a safety that Stan played against Mark in the hot seat match that he didn't quite get where he wanted, and Mark ended up making a great shot and getting out, saving the rack. Oh, smart shot. Can he thin the edge of the 10 and just leave the cue ball back in here with him? He pocket the 11, but then what? Play the 15 off the rail and then off the 1 and in? These are the games I like watching these guys play because I like to see the different level of thinking and the different things that they come up with. You know, sometimes I'm wondering, am I playing too aggressive? Am I not playing aggressive enough in these kind of spots? Yeah, that's the safety I seen right away, but he was probably definitely looking at all his options. Yeah, that's probably too so touchy. This is one of those safeties that's so touchy that if you don't hit it right, you're pretty much selling out the rack. That's why he's looking at all his options. I wonder. Yeah, great shot, Daniel. Good shot. Took away all standard kicking avenues. If he wants to kick to this 5, he's going to have to kick a little straighter than he'd want, using right-hand English to throw over, which isn't easy to do when you're jacked up, tree-topped over the 14 next to that 10. But if he gets a good hit, doesn't really earn him much. If he pockets the 5, doesn't really earn him much. So it's a really, really smart safety. More importantly, very well executed. He didn't just thin it and accidentally come up short and leave him a 1 rail escape off the end rail to be able to get a good hit off the 6 or anything. Nick's a great player, though. I mean, getting a good hit here keeps him in the game. You know, it's not a gimme for Daniel. Oh, almost. Needed a little more English on that one, huh? All right. Daniel just start with the 9 ball, shoot it in this bottom left-hand corner. Can he stop it for the 14? This is one of those shots where he definitely doesn't want to hit this and not be able to play the 14 next. Yeah, see how he's giving himself a little back angle on the 9? That's so he can drift over into that window instead of playing it straight and doing a stop shot or something. Can he stop it there? I don't know. Watch him eliminate the window and just power draw into the end rail and spin over into the 8 ball. Eliminate all of his problems. Nope. Yeah, he drifted over just a little bit to the window. Good shot. He just needs to draw this off into the 8 ball. Yeah. Move that 8. Got to pick his poison here, see what he wants to do. See if he wants to play to the 11 and then play shape to play the 15 and draw over to that side rail for the 8. Or does he want to play shape to the 15, leave himself a little angle to play the 11 and come off the side rail and straight back across over to the other side for the 8? Yeah. And what's a stop shot give him? Cue ball right here. And he can just draw this over here. Left himself a little close to that rail. Jack up more than he'd like, but pretty straightforward. Yeah, nice shot. It's a big rack. Getting to the hill first is big. Daniel makes this. He guarantees himself another break in the match to win. Yeah, nice shot. Yeah, Nick was in a bad spot after the break there. Or after that breakout he did. Just shape to the 6 was just going to be deadly the whole time. Oh. Those magical angles aren't as easy to hit off the diamonds as they are some other tables. Definitely a pause for concern there. All right, Nick's broken ran a couple racks here. Nope. See if he can get it hill. The one thing Nick does have going for him, if he can get this here, is Daniel's break. This is like the third different spot Nick has broke from. I don't know why. He's been pocketing balls. But Daniel's break hasn't been the best, so he hasn't really been able to break and run to finish anything. Oh, he's going to get fortunate that 15 goes in. Now, I don't know why he changed his break. He was pocketing that ball in the corner consistently and having tables that he was able to work out. I mean, we always want to have a table that's more open, but you don't want to risk dry breaking. I mentioned a few times on the last stream and this one how a lot of people have been struggling with the front break. So that's why they've been breaking from the sides. The front break, they've been struggling to make balls, and even with the side break, if you're not hitting them good. And Dan Louie earlier actually lost a match to Ken Brown, hill, and it was one of those situations where Dan was breaking. He breaks, makes the 8 on the break, so he has the option to spot it and continue shooting or re-rack and re-break. And the table was pretty ugly. He had an opening shot, but nothing really easy to manage from there. But he chose to re-rack and re-break, which instantly was like, man, you made a ball, you have control, you know. Well, you just hit that too soft. That's not good. And he didn't hit it good either. He was going to tie up his 14 probably. But he chose to re-break, and he dry broke, and Ken ran out. Beat him hill. Just makes you really question it anytime you make a ball on the break, whether you want to re-break or not, because these tables aren't the easiest to break on. Yeah, that was big, because everything else pretty much goes if he can pocket this 12 and make sure that he has a shot for the 14. Yeah, good shot. I'm sure he'd like to open that pocket for the 9 ball, but worst case, he's got, because you don't want to hit it too hard and move the 6 out of the way and then not really keep decent shape on the 11. He needs to open it for the 8 anyways, but you don't want to hit it too hard. Yeah, so he can use the 11 and just get the 9-5 to separate. He's got the 13 and the 10 there to play shape. Just don't want to hit it hard. You don't want that 9 going down into a funny spot and having to break it out again. I don't know what he's looking at there. Does that 9 might go into that right side pocket? If it does, then he can just play shape to it right here. Yeah. Yeah. That's why he's looking at jacking up to be able to get that draw, pinch that draw over, but might just have too much angle for that. Oof. Crazy. All right. That was perfect. 10-9, 13-8. Yeah, that's a good shot. He just wants to make sure he gets off and doesn't leave himself too much angle on the 9 to where he has to travel down off the end rail and back out. Yep. Looking at that line. Yeah. It's hard to tell from here if he can hit this thick enough into the right side of that side pocket, the left side pocket, to hold for the 13. Yep, he can. Nice shot. Probably came up too short. Yeah, that'd have been easier. That'd have been easier just to have to back cut the 13 and come off the side rail and back over for the 8. Daniel really wants this, obviously not just to take the match and get into the top 3, but Stan is sitting there waiting to play the winner of this, and Stan is the one that put Daniel on the B side. So I guarantee you, Daniel wants to right that wrong as well. Yeah, this gets scary if he has to try to punch into the 8 to make sure it doesn't go funky. Wow. Good shot. Good shot.